What's up, guys? Minus King Games here, and today I have a Blaster Blade Exceed Rush deck profile for you. So let's get started. For our starter, we play Wingull Brave. Wingull Brave is amazing. Its ability is at the end of the battle, it boosted a Blaster Vanguard. If the attack hits, you may pay the cost. You can push in the soul, search for a card of Blaster in its name. It basically allows you to search for the majority of the cards in your deck, and it allows you to get key cards in your hand, which you need later. So we play it as our starter. Next, on to the grade 3s. This is a rush deck, so I only play 4 Blaster Blade Exceed. This guy, he's your ace grade 3 of your deck. He's your only grade 3 of the deck. His ability is when your Stride with Savor in its name strides over him, you can counterblast 1, search your deck for a card with Blaster Blade in its name, and his other ability is when he's placed on Vanguard or Rearguard, you can counterblast 1, kill a card, a grade 1 or higher. So he's really good. He also allows you to search for cards in your deck, and he's your ace, because a lot of cards need him as a heart. After him, we're on to the grade 2s. For grade 2s, I play 4 Blaster Blade. He's kind of essential in this deck. It is a blaster deck. His ability is Counterblast 2 when he's placed on Vanguard, kill any card, and his other ability is Counterblast 2 when he's placed on Rearguard, kill a grade 2 or higher. So he is a pretty good card. You never really use his ability in the deck, but he's there because he combos with a lot of other cards. I would play the original trial deck version, but I kind of liked Full Arts, so that's why I play the new Legend deck version. I would also play SP, but like I said, I like Full Arts, so yeah. 4 Blaster Blade. After him, I play 4 Light and Darkness Lu. This card's really good as well. Its ability is when he's boosted by a Bark Gall or a Floral Paladin Flogall, he gets a plus 3k, and then he gets the ability Counterblast 1, you can push him in your soul. Search for a grade 2 card of Blaster in its name and call it to Rearguard. You don't only have to call Blaster Blade, you can call Spirit, or basically any other grade 2 with Blaster in its name. He's a very good card, allows you to multi-attack and to do a lot of combos. After Lu, I play 3 Blaster Blade Spirit. He's pretty much just in the deck because A, he's a 10k base, and B, he has Blaster in his name. His ability is when he's placed on Rearguard, you can counterblast 1, kill a grade 2 or greater Rearguard. And then he has another ability, if he's attacked, he just dies. So he's a really good card you want to ride if you can, because A, he's a Blaster, so you can boost him with Wingull and get the effect. And B is a 10k base, so they can't really rush you as hard. So that's why we play 3 of him. I wouldn't play 4. 4 is a little too much, but I feel like 3 is a good number. Some people even play less, but I like him at 3 because I'm trying to be as consistent as possible with my blaster rides. After him, we have my Tech grade 2 of the deck, which is 2 of the original Starcall Trumpeter. The reason why I play this card is because it's not GB restricted. Its ability is Counterblast 2. When this unit is placed on Vanguard or Rearguard, I can search my deck for any blaster and call it to Rearguard. So a lot of the times what I like to do is I'll call him the Rearguard, and then I'll call a Bark Gall out, and then call Blaster Blade in front of it so I can unflip, making it Counterblast 1. It's also not GB restricted, so I can do it whenever I want, versus the new Starcall, which is Counterblast 1. It's a 9k, but it's GB restricted. So that's why I play this card. It just allows me to rush faster early game. This is a rush deck after all. After him, we're on to the grade 1s of the deck. So I play 4 Unflip Perfect Guards. This deck's really counterblast heavy. You kind of need to play the Unflip Perfect Guards. That does change when the next set comes out. I'm going to do an updated profile of this deck when the next set comes out, but for now you kind of have to play the Unflip Perfect Guards. After the Unflip Perfect Guards, I play 4 Stride Ditches. There's not really much to say about this card. I play 4 grade 3s, so I kind of have to play this at 4 so I can stride every turn. It's a really good card. Stride Ditch. That's really all there is to say about it. After that, I play 4 Blaster Friend Bark Gall. His ability is Rearguard. When your Blaster Blade is placed in front of it, if you have a Blaster Vanguard, unflip 1. So he helps you countercharge. He also combos with Lu. He's a really good card, and he's a blaster, so you can search him off of Wingull. So he's just allows for toolboxing capabilities, unflip, and he's a 7k booster, so he's a really good card. After him, I play 4 Wingull Youth. This card is also really good. Its ability is Rearguard. When he attacks, when his attack hits, or if he boosts and the attack hits, I can look at top 7 for a card with Blaster Blade in its name, which is either Spirit, Blaster Blade, or Exceed. So I have 3 search targets. Really good card. Allows me to toolbox, allows me to get cards I need in my hand if I don't open up with them. A lot of people don't play it at 4, but this deck, since I only play 4 grade 3s, I'm trying to be as consistent as possible with making sure I get 1 in my hand. So that's why I play it at 4. Alright, on to the grade 0s. So, obviously, I play 4 Floral Paladin Flogall. This card is really, really important. Its ability is Counterblast 1 at the end of the battle that your unit with Blaster Blade, that your unit named Blaster Blade attacks. The Vanguard, you may pay the cost. You can put it on top of your deck, shuffle your deck, and then restand that Blaster Blade. So it allows for your multi-attacks to go on. And it also puts crit triggers back in the deck. Really, really, really good card. Basically, if I have this crit trigger on board, I'll usually just put all my triggers on my Blaster Blade, especially because I know I'm going to hit crits because I play a lot of crits in this deck. And so that he can restand and he can be really, really scary. So really, really good card. I played it 4. You should play it 4 too. After that, I play 4 of the Altmile crit triggers. The reason why I play this card is because I play the Altmile Stride. So I can, when I'm on Altmile, I can push in the soul, draw a card and get 5k. Really good, fills up my soul, and I get to draw cards. So, good card. After that, I play 2 of the Flogall crit from the Legend deck because it's a Flogall. Enough said. And then last but not least, for my before heals, I play 2 Margalls. Originally I was just playing 12 crits, but I feel like that sometimes I want to be able to draw cards as well. And playing 2 is fine. It's not like I'm playing 4. 4 would be too many for draw triggers. And I can also push in the soul, buff up my units, so if I can't get a booster for my Blaster Blade or something, I can just push this in the soul, make it a 12k, hit a trigger, that's 17, that's good numbers. So, that's why I play it. There are certain situations where I have to call it out. And then for heals, I play 4 of the Puppy. It's a puppy. There's a lot of puppies in this deck. A lot of puppies. On to the G-Zone. Alright, so I play 2 Religious Saver. This is your go-to first stride in the deck. Its ability is when it's placed on Vanguard, you can counterblast 1, flip up a copy. You give up to 3 units 5k, and then if you have 2 or more cards with Blaster in its name in your soul, your Vanguard gets a crit. This is a rush deck. Generally, you do have the soul, and you want to crit your opponent as fast as you can. If you can kill them by first stride, you're doing this right. So that's why I play this guy at 2. I was playing him at 4, but I bumped him down because I wanted room for some other stuff, and I feel like 4 was too much, because I generally only do it once per game anyways. After Religious Saver, I play 4 Alfred. This card is pretty bonkers. What it does is counterblast 1, choose a card named Alfred, Holy Saver Alfred from your G-Zone, turn it face up. Then you can discard a card and choose one of your Blaster Blades, and it gets plus 3k. And during the first battle it attacks, you get Twin Drive. So basically with this card you get 5 drive checks. A lot of the times, even if I give it to my Blaster Blade I can restand, I won't even put triggers on him. I'll just put triggers on whatever unit I have in the other column because I get 5 drive checks. So I want to make a really big and scary attack with that other unit. So yeah, played it 4. It's probably only going to be a 2 of once Gantelot comes out. This deck's going to change a lot in the new set. I'll do an updated video then. After him, we played 2 Altmiles. Once again, I could play this card at 4. I think 2 is a good number. 4 is just a little cloggy. I like to have some other options. Basically, Altmile's ability is when he's placed on Vanguard, flip up a copy. If you have GB2, you can call a card from your deck, a grade 2. It gets 5k, and then your front row gets plus 3k for the entire turn. So really good card. Makes really big numbers. 2 is a good amount. I feel like 4 is too much. And you're only going to play 2 when the new stuff comes out anyways, so that's why I play 2. After him, I play 1 Myriad Soul Saver. This card is one of my one-of options. I have a couple of these. Basically, the reason why I play it is because if I can't go into Religious Saver first stride, this is one of my options I can go into. So his ability is Soul Blast 3. When he attacks, I can give up to 5 of my rear guards 5k. So he makes really big numbers. He's just really good. Good one-of stride. I wouldn't play it at more than that. After him, I play 1 Legit Sword Dragon. Also a good one-of stride option. His ability is Act. Once per turn, Counterblast 1. I can call out a unit with Blaster in its name and it gets 2k. Good one-of stride. Basically, if I want to keep my soul and I need to like fill up a field, I'll go into him first. He just allows me to get units out and get multiple attacks off. So he's a good card, and he helps me fill up my board if I'm like I need to build a board. So really good. After him, play 1 of the GB8. It's not really that great, but if I do make it to GB8 and they're not dead, this will probably kill them. So its ability is Counterblast 1. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 5 cards, call them to rearguard, and then they get plus 4k each. And this unit gets a crit. So it's pretty okay. It's not as good as a lot of the other GB8s there are, but you can search for any card and call it to rearguard. It's not specified what grade. So if I have Flowgalls in the deck, I can call them out. I can buff up my Blaster Blade, and I can swing for multiple attacks. And I will probably kill them this turn, if they're even still alive. So it's a good one-of option. Obviously, you don't want to play it more. You're only going to do it once per game, if at all per game. On to the G-Guard. So I play 1 of the new Puppy G-Guard from Fighters Collection. It's a pretty good card. Its ability is flip up a G-Guard from your G-Zone. If you have 1 or more grade 2 in your 1 or more rear guard in your front row, it gets 10k shield. So really good card. It's a lot better than a lot of the other G-Guards that Royal Paladins do have, because I feel like we kind of have a lot of lackluster G-Guards, probably because we have a lot of other really good cards, so that's why they gave us this, but I still think it's good. Played it 1. Then I play 1 Isolt. This card I think is pretty shitty. I played it 1 because I usually flip it up with Maskall, but I mean there are some times where you do need that extra shield and it does come in handy for Counterblast 1. Overall though, I think it's just not really a great card, and it'll probably get replaced in the next set because I think Marin's actually pretty good. After Isolt, I play 2 Laser Guard. This is probably your most consistent G-Guard you go into in the deck. The reason being is if you have a grade 2 or greater unit, it just gets 5k, so it's a 31k shield. It's pretty much like the most staple like Royal Paladin G-Guard we have. Most consistent power boost. So I played it 2. And then lastly, I play a Dismal, mainly because Cancelot is not out yet, and I need to be able to protect my Blaster Blades. If you like this video and you want to see more Cardfight Vanguard deck profiles, matches, box openings, trade binders, and more, subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm Minus King Games. Thank you.